Upon taking office as our Chief of Police, Colonel Rossler created the Chiefs Council on Diversity Recruitment. Colonel Rossler recognized the diversity gaps between the department and the community. The council is comprised of several dozen diverse community leaders in Fairfax County who bring new networking opportunities to the police department. Additionally, the council provides the department with valuable insights regarding the many cultures that make up our diverse communities. Joining us today is Shirley Jenwright, President of the Fairfax County NAACP. Shirley, thank you for joining us on The Beat.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure being here.
Could you explain the Fairfax County Police Department's new Diversity Council?
Upon taking office as Chief of Police, Chief Rossler said he wanted to have a police department that was reflective of the diversity in the community.
Okay.
And he established the Chiefs Council for Diversity Recruitment. And the role of this council is to go into our respective communities and help to recruit from within our communities and tell people about the different positions within the police department and try to increase the diversity.
And how are we getting in those communities?
The council has a responsibility of coming back and saying, hey, this is going on in my community. Who do you have from the police department that can participate? And yes, those are our deliverables. We said we would have to identify at least 3 community functions. It could be different ones.
Okay.
So it was no specific function, but anything that was going on in our community. Say for instance, in the South County, they might be having a community day. So I would let the chief know there's a community day in South County.
Okay.
And it's an opportunity to recruit.
And can you tell us why was this council created and what are its main goals?
Well, the council was created because of the chief's concern that the diversity wasn't there the way he would like to see it in the police department. And the main goal is to increase the diversity.
Okay. Is he seeing an improvement since he's been on for 2 years now?
He has, and he has a strategic goal that was established by the Executive Diversity Committee, which I am on, and we wrote a strategic goal for him, which he's be monitored on and rated on at the end of the year. So there has been some improvement in getting individuals of minority ethnic groups into the police department.
We're hearing about your hard work that you do for the Diversity Council, but what are some other things that you're a part of with the police department?
After everything happened in Ferguson, I met with Chief Rossler and said, how do we work together to ensure that nothing like Ferguson happens here in Fairfax County? And as a result of that conversation, we met with Chairman Bolivar, the Sheriff Department, the Police Department, and the Fire Department.
Okay.
To have a discussion on how do we build relationships within the community. And as a result of that meeting, Chairman Bolivar established a Communities of Trust Committee, which I chair.
Okay.
And this committee is established to work with the first responders, work with other diverse community leaders, and the communities to say, how do we build the trust and get the community to understand that the police department is here to work with us. We're here to work with the police department. So where there is a breakdown in trust, this committee has been established to work directly with the first responders and the community to say, how do we build this trust?
Right.
And we have an extremely diverse group of leaders. We have other organizations, NACASAC, which represent the Asian Pacific Islanders community. We have someone from the Vietnamese community, LULAC, representing the Hispanic community. We have the faith community. And now we're reaching out because we also wanted to have someone from the Jewish and the Muslim community because they are faced with some other issues that we may not know about. But one of the things that this group does is we discuss issues within our communities. And like the Diversity Council for Recruitment has a responsibility of saying, come into our community to recruit. Now the Communities of Trust Committee has a responsibility to go out into their community and say, what issues do you have that we need to address?
Right.
And they bring those issues back to the committee, and then we discuss them. At the end of the day, we have a responsibility to go back to Chairman Bolivar and say, this is what we have identified. These are programs to help us meet some of the goals and objectives of the committee,
Okay.
some of the things that we can expand, and then give her our recommendations
Okay.
for that.
So it's a big part for our viewers, and what can they do to help?
Definitely.
What can they do to help?
Actually, we're going to be having community forums around the county. So we're going to be expecting the community to come out and let us know, what are your issues, what are your concerns, because it is them that we need to hear from.
Right.
You
Right.
know, they have to work with us in building this community of trust.
Need their voice heard.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And we had one forum already that was in Herndon, and we got a lot of feedback questions from the community, things that they think we should be doing, that they would like to see us doing. And all of those things that we're going to be looking into. What can we do to make the community better? Looking into community policing. How do we
Absolutely.
get police officers back into the community?
Right.
You know, playing games with the kids. When I grew up, the police officers played games with us. We played baseball together.
Right.
We don't have those things. And of course, we understand that there's a funding issue. You know, so all of those have to be addressed. But at the end of the day, no money is worth not having communities that don't work together.
Right. Absolutely. I don't know if this is too generalized of a question, but how do we prevent a Ferguson? Is it with training of officers, or do you think it is just getting in those communities and part of this, the committees and the councils that we've created? Do you think that that'll have a huge impact?
I think there's going to be some training required. I think transparency is going to be one of the things, and also getting the community to understand the roles and responsibilities of our first responders.
Well, Shirley, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure being here. Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on The Beat.